Hello fellow gamers, I'm playing Fortnite Save The World, and quite regular I get asked which hero people should choose, either as a mission reward or from a llama, and unfortunately I can't decide that. Only you can decide that, because I don't know which heroes that you like playing with, or you know, your style of play. So I thought I'd do these handy video reference guides, going through each of the different heroes, their commander perks and their abilities, so that you guys can actually decide which ones you actually do want. So I'm going to go through all of them. As you can see, I've got a fair few. I'm going to do them by type, so I'll be doing soldiers first. I've got 178 level 130 heroes. 22 of those are mythic heroes and 156 legendary heroes. Don't worry about these ones here, because these are ones I actually need for my collection book that I need to evolve to legendary and slot them in my collection book. And these ones are just extras that I've got. I decided to start keeping them because sometimes it's handy to have these lower ones for actually sending off on expeditions. Right, let's get into this. So we will go on to soldiers, and we're going to start with Carbide. Let me just check. Got 56 level 130 soldiers, 6 mythic soldiers and 50 legendary soldiers. So we'll actually start with Carbide, as I said, and his abilities are lefty and righty, shockwave and frag grenade. And I'm not actually going to read out everything that's in the abilities. If you do want to read it, you'll just have to pause the video and read it yourself, because I don't want this video to be like 5 hours long, you know what I mean? Right, his commander perk is Zip and Zap. Lefty and righty applies Affliction, which deals 26 base energy damage per second for 3 seconds. Lefty and righty uses Space Pistols, which fire piercing, bouncing lasers. So that's Carbide. I won't read out the class perks, and I'll do a separate video for those. And the next one is Master Grenadier Ramirez, and her abilities are Frag Grenade, Going Commando and Shockwave. She used to be one of the best soldiers for the old frag grenades, but unfortunately that got nerfed. And her her commander perk is Bigger is Better, increases frag grenade radius by 150%. The top standard perk is obviously if you've got them slotted in your support slots for other heroes. And the class perks, again, like I said, I won't read them out, so you'll have to pause it if you want to read those. Quickdraw Calamity. Her abilities are lefty and righty, war cry and going commando. Her commander perk, 6 shooter, increases pistol damage by 60% and impact by 75% for the first 6 shots in a magazine. Next we have Raven, and his abilities are lefty and righty, war cry and frag grenade. His commander perk, bang and pow, increases lefty and righty damage by 25%. Lefty and righty causes explosions which deal 20 base energy damage in a half tile radius. So that'd be a handy perk to slot in, maybe if you was using someone like Carbide. Even though his lefty and righty is pretty OP as it is, Carbide's probably got the best lefty and righty in my opinion. Next we have Steel Wool Carlos, and his abilities are War Cry, Shockwave and Going Commando. His commander perk, Base Solo. Each elimination during Warcry extends its duration by 0.9 seconds up to a maximum of 15 eliminations. In addition, enjoy a rocking bass solo. Next we have Wukong, and his abilities are Frag Grenade, Shockwave and Warcry. His commander perk is Explosive Rounds. Every 6 ranged weapon eliminations trigger an explosion which deals 111 base damage in a 1 tile radius. Next we have Archetype Havoc, and his abilities are Shockwave, Lefty and Righty, and Frag Grenade. His commander perk is Escape Artist. Using Shockwave increases movement speed by 40% and armor by 145 for 8 seconds. And I believe this one was recently buffed, because I think he had a pretty weak commander perk, if I'm right. Same with 8-bit demo. He got a buff as well. And the next soldier is Battle Hound Jonesy. His abilities are Frag Grenade, Warcry and Shockwave. His commander perk is Rucksack, increases Frag Grenade maximum charges by 4, which is a fair old amount really, because I think it's 3 they have normally, so they get he gets 7. It used to be Ramirez, Master Grenadier Ramirez, that used to be the best one, and she had I think it was 5 if I remember right, so he actually has more grenades than her now. And the next soldier is Berserker Renegade, and his abilities are Shockwave, Warcry and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Short Fuse. When your shield depletes, reset Shockwave cooldown. Next use of Shockwave costs 0 energy. Effect can occur once every 12 seconds. And the next soldier is Birthday Brigade Jonesy, and he was for the 2nd year anniversary of Save the World. As you can see, he's got number 2 on his crown, and his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And his commander perk is Eliminations heal you for 117 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. And if you do have this guy, I would highly recommend that you have him slotted in most of your hero loadouts, because he gives you like 39 base health, and he does save your skin quite a few times. If you don't have him, you could always use Survivalist Jonesy. Both of them have exactly the same perk. And next we have Birthday Brigade Ramirez, and her abilities are Going Commando, Warcry and Shockwave. And this was for the 1st year anniversary of Save the World. And her commander perk is Ain't Done Yet, increases Going Commando duration by 20 seconds, which is a fair old amount. And if you have a slotted in one of your support slots, it increases it by 5 seconds. Next we have Brainiac Jonesy, and his abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And his commander perk, Practiced in Combat, increases Warcry duration by 9 seconds. Next is Breakbeat Wildcat, and her abilities are Shockwave, Going Commando and Frag Grenade. And her commander perk is Battle Beat, eliminating 4 enemies in 9 seconds, grants Rocking Riff, increases damage by 50% and melee attack speed by 32%, decaying over 8 seconds. And some of these heroes you'll only be able to get at certain times of the year. Some of them you can actually, you're actually able to recruit out of your collection book, although you will need a legendary flux for that. And some of them you can't actually take them out unless you have the old tokens, recruitment vouchers, or whatever they were called. Right. Next we have Buccaneer Jonesy, and his abilities are Lefty and Righty, Shockwave and Warcry. His commander perk is Buckle, dealing sword damage, increases pistol damage by 65% for 6 seconds. Next we have Buckshot Raptor, and I think you got this hero for reaching level 200 in your collection book. I think that's the only way you can get this guy. And his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade and Warcry. And his commander perk is Critical Blast, increases shotgun critical damage by 225%. And if you have him slotted in one of your hero loadouts, it increases shotgun critical damage by 75%. So if you're the type of person that likes using shotguns, you definitely need this guy in your loadout. Providing, of course, you've reached level 200 on your collection book. Next soldier is Bulletstorm Jonesy, and his abilities are Warcry, Going Commando and Frag Grenade. His commander perk is Startup, every shot increases ranged weapon damage by 2% and fire rate by 1.2% up to a maximum of 25 stacks. Switching weapons or reloading removes buff, so any ranged weapon, have him slotted in one of your loadouts if you don't want to use him as your main hero, and it'll increase ranged weapon damage by 1% up to 25 stacks. So that's 25%, so it's a fair old amount. So if you like using SMGs or sniper rifles or assault rifles or pistols, yeah, is definitely one that you want in your hero loadout. And the next one is Bunny Brawler Luna. Normally Luna's a ninja, but for some unknown reason they've actually made her a soldier as well. And her abilities are Shockwave, Lefty and Righty, and Going Commando. And her commander perk is Explosive Entrance. Shockwave drops 3 egg-shaped bombs which each deal 162 base damage to nearby enemies. And the next one is Centurion Hawk, and his abilities are Warcry, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Mighty Roar, increases Warcry radius by 75%. Next we have Chromium Ramirez, and her abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And her commander perk is In a Pinch. Reloads with an empty magazine are 50% faster and regenerate 13.5% of your shield over 3 seconds. Next is Colonel Wildcat, and her abilities are Warcry, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. Her commander perk is Leadership, decreases Warcry cooldown by 38%. And if you have her slotted in one of your loadouts, it decreases Warcry cooldown by 17%. Ooh. Didn't mean to click off that. I wanted to just leave it on the class perks for a second so that you could see those. And next we have Commando Spitfire, and his abilities are Going Commando, Frag Grenade and Shockwave. And his commander perk is Going Again, decreases Going Commando cooldown by 66%. And if you have him slotted in one of your loadouts, it decreases the cooldown by 30%. And the next soldier is Crackshot, and his abilities are Lefty and Righty, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Mad Tidings. Firing a ranged weapon grants 1 stack of Holiday Spirit up to 50 stacks. Each stack of Holiday Spirit increases ranged weapon damage by 2.9%, but decreases weapons stability by 0.7%. Buff removed on weapon swap or reload. And the next one is Demolisher Jonesy, and his abilities are Frag Grenade, Warcry and Shockwave. And his commander perk is Cluster Bomb. Frag grenades explode into 6 small grenades which can deal 49 base energy damage in a half tile radius. So if you like using grenades, he's a good one to have either as your main hero or in your hero loadout. Especially if if you've got Hound Jonesy as your main hero, because you get a load more grenades. Next one is Diecast Jonesy, and his abilities are Going Commando, Frag Grenade and Warcry. And his commander perk is Boomstick, increases Going Commando damage by 50% and changes damage type to energy. So if you like using Going Commando, he's a good one to either use as your main hero or have him in your hero loadout, your soldier hero loadout. And the next one is Double Agent Evelyn, and her abilities are Lefty and Righty, Frag Grenade and Shockwave. And her commander perk is Wears Lefty. Every pistol or SMG elimination decreases cooldown of Lefty and Righty by 5 seconds. Which is quite a lot really, because it's only 1 second if you have her in your slotted in your hero loadout. And the next soldier is Extraterrestrial Rio, and her abilities are Frag Grenade, Lefty and Righty and Shockwave. And her commander perk is Resonant Frequency, increases energy damage by 78% against shields. And the next soldier is Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy. His abilities are Frag Grenade, Shockwave, and Lefty and Righty. And his commander perk is Fuel for the Fallen. Eliminations restore 18 energy over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. And the next soldier is First Shot Rio, and her abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade, and Shockwave. And her commander perk is First Assault. After reloading or overheating assault weapons or SMGs, the next 6 shots have 100% critical chance. And the next soldier is 4-leaf Wildcat, and her abilities are Frag Grenade, Warcry, and Shockwave. Her commander perk is Grenade Generation. Every 20 eliminations gain 1 grenade charge, whereas if you have her in your loadout, it's every 45 eliminations you gain 1 frag grenade charge. Again, if you're using someone like Battle Hound Jonesy, you know, that's an ideal hero to have in your loadout. Next soldier is Ghoul Trooper Ramirez, and her abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade, and Going Commando. For the last time, I'm not a husk. And her commander perk is Practiced in Combat, increases Warcry duration by 9 seconds. And it's 3 seconds if you have her in one of your soldier loadouts. And the next soldier is Highland Warrior Wildcat, and her abilities are Frag Grenade, Warcry, and Shockwave. And her commander perk is Pull the Pin, decreases Frag Grenade energy cost by 83%. It's 33% if you have this hero in one of your soldier loadouts. And the next one is Jolly Headhunter, and her abilities are Lefty and Righty, Frag Grenade, and Warcry. And her commander perk is Present Arms. Eliminated enemies have a 15% chance to drop a present. Presents grant a buff lasting 8 seconds, which can be 25.5% movement speed, 19.5% damage, or 64.8 energy over time. And the next soldier is Jonesee-Bot, and his abilities are Lefty and Righty, Going Commando, and Warcry. Quiet please, I am fighting. That's what he says, or something along those lines. And his commander perk is Out My Eye. Out My Eye increases headshot damage by up to 50% based on the percentage of your missing health. In addition, headshot eliminations have a 50% chance to conjure a phantasm. Oh, I didn't realise he had that perk. Same as Willow and Swamp Knight. Targets a nearby enemy, dealing 62 base energy damage in a half tile radius, 1.5 second cooldown. Ah, interesting. And the next soldier is Light Show Spitfire, and his abilities are Going Commando, Lefty and Righty, and War Cry. And I know he's having this hero in your loadout increases your magazine size of your ranged weapons. There you go, Commander perk. Waste Not, Want Not. Increases magazine size by 90%. And if you have him slotted in one of your loadouts, it increases magazine size by 30%. It isn't too bad, you know. If you're getting through a lot of ammo, you know, getting through a lot of shots, then you might as well increase your magazine sizes, especially if you're using something like an assault rifle, like the Siege Breaker or something like that. Almost double it if you had him as your main hero. And the next soldier is Onslaught Headhunter, and her abilities are Shockwave, Warcry, and Frag Grenade. And her commander perk is Explosive Optimization, decreases shockwave energy costs by 83%. And it's 33% if you have her in your one of your soldier loadouts. And the next soldier is Rabbit Raider Jonesy, and his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade, and Warcry. And his commander perk is Sure Shot, increases sniper critical damage by 225%. And if you have him slotted in one of your loadouts, it increases sniper critical damage by 75%. And I do have this this hero in my loadout for when I'm doing the Canny Valley Storm King with I forgot his name now. My mind has just gone blank. Sub-Zero, that's it. The Outlander. I have Rabbit Raider Jonesy in that loadout. And the next hero is Redline Ramirez, and her abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade, and Warcry. And her commander perk is Quickscope, increases sniper damage by 17% and fire rate by 45%. And again, I have this hero in my Sub-Zero loadout as well for actually breaking the crystal on the Canny Valley Storm King when I'm doing that. And the next soldier is Rescue Trooper Ramirez, and her abilities are Frag Grenade, Shockwave, and Going Commando. Her commander perk is Assault Damage, increases assault and SMG damage by 50%. SMG bonus does not stack with hip shot. And it's 17% if you have this hero in one of your loadouts. The next one is Rex Jonesy, and his abilities are Lefty and Righty, Warcry, and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Saurian Might. Every 1 second adds 9% of current health to damage of next ranged weapon hit. Next we have Sergeant Jonesy, and his abilities are Going Commando, Warcry and Shockwave. And his commander perk is Ain't Done Yet, increases Going Commando duration by 20 seconds. And he's, I believe, the second soldier that has that actual perk. I don't recall which was the other one, but it'll be at the start of this video somewhere. And the next soldier is Sergeant Winter, and his abilities are Going Commando, Lefty and Righty, and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Snowing Commando. Going Commando fires a snowball grenade every 20 shots, dealing 57 base water damage in a radius of 0.5 tiles, or half a tile. And the next soldier is Shock Trooper Renegade, and his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And his commander perk is Doppler Effect, decreases Shockwave cooldown by 56%. And if you have him in one of your soldier loadouts, it decreases Shockwave cooldown by 24%. Next soldier is Shrapnel Headhunter, and her abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade and Warcry. And her commander perk is Shell Shock, increases shotgun damage by 50%. And if you have this hero in your loadout, it increases shotgun damage by 17%. So if you like playing with shotguns, you definitely need this hero in your loadout. Next soldier is Skull Ranger Ramirez, and her abilities are Going Commando, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. And her commander perk is Locked and Reloaded. After reloading, increases weapon damage by 15% and fire rate by 35% for 5 seconds. Switching weapons removes buff. And if you have her in your loadout, it's 15% damage for 5 seconds. And the next soldier is Skull Trooper Jonesy, and his abilities are Going Commando, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Locked and Reloaded. After reloading, increases weapon damage by 15% and fire rate by 35% for 5 seconds. Switching weapons removes buff. And the next soldier is Special Forces Banshee, and her abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And her commander perk is Fight or Flight. Warcry grants 25.5% additional weapon damage and 25.5% movement speed. And the next soldier is Star-Spangled Headhunter, and her abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade and Going Commando. And her commander perk is Spoils of War. Warcry grants 50% chance for each shot to cost no ammo. So it'd be a handy hero to have in your loadout, or to use as your main hero if you use the mythic Storm King weapons. Because during Warcry you won't use as much. And the next soldier is Stars and Stripes Jonesy, and his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade, and Going Commando. And his commander perk is Assault Ammo Recovery. Assault weapons and SMGs have a 48% chance to refund ammo every shot. So again, if you're using the mythic Storm King weapons, ideal hero to use as your main hero, or to have him in your one of your loadouts. You wouldn't get through as many batteries then for the old energy cell ammo. And next we have Support Specialist Hawk, and his abilities are Warcry, Frag Grenade, and Going Commando. And his commander perk is Combatant's Might, decreases Warcry energy cost by 75%. And it's 38% if you have him slotted in your hero loadout. And next we have Survivalist Jonesy. This is a guy I have in most of my hero loadouts. And his abilities are Shockwave, Frag Grenade, and Going Commando. And his perk, which is probably one of the most essential ones that you need in a loadout, is Eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. But if you have him as your main hero, his Survivalist perk, Eliminations heal you for 117 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. So if you have this guy in your collection book, I would highly recommend you pay the 20 V-Bucks and take him out and put him in your hero loadouts. Honestly, you know, once you have him, you don't want to do without him. He's brilliant for helping you get your health back up when you're killing enemies. And the next soldier we have Swamp Knight, and his abilities are Shockwave, Warcry, and Going Commando. And I recently did a video on this guy, so if you haven't checked that out, I would highly recommend you go and have a look at it, because he's a pretty awesome soldier and I really like using him. His commander perk is Unearthly Treat, increases damage versus miss monsters by up to 42% based on the percentage of your missing health. In addition, taking damage has a 45% chance to conjure a phantasm, targets a nearby enemy, dealing 62 base energy damage in a half-tile radius, 1.5 second cooldown. So I just needed to cough there, so I had to mute my mic. And if you have him in your hero loadout, increases damage versus miss monsters by up to 42% based on the percentage of your missing health. Shame it's not bosses as well. And the next soldier we have Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, and his abilities are Going Commando, Shockwave, and Frag Grenade. And his commander perk is Assault Crit Damage, increases assault and SMG critical damage by 225%. SMG bonus does not stack with Make It Count. So if you like using assault rifles and or SMGs, then you need this hero in your loadout, or use him as your main hero. If you have him in your loadout, it increases assault and SMG critical damage by 75%. And the next soldier is Ted, and his abilities are Going Commando, Shockwave and Warcry. And his commander perk is First Cup of the Day. While Going Commando is active, increases crit rating by 10% and crit damage by 100%. In addition, eliminating 5 enemies heals you and nearby allies for 97 base health, which is a pretty handy perk, I must admit. It also heals nearby people. And the next soldier is Undercover Vaughn, and his abilities are Frag Grenade, Lefty and Righty, and Shockwave. And his commander perk is Grenade Damage, increases Frag Grenade damage by 106%. So if you like using grenades, then you want this guy as either your main hero or in your support slots, because if you've got him in your loadout, it increases frag grenade damage by 36%. And finally we have Urban Assault Headhunter, and her abilities are Going Commando, Shockwave and Frag Grenade. And her commander perk, Make It Rain. Each headshot increases headshot damage by 4% and fire rate by 9% for 2 seconds, up to a maximum of 5 stacks. So that'd be a handy hero to either use as your main hero or having your support slot if you're using the mythic Storm King pistol, because that has aimbot pretty much, and I have done a video on that a while back as well, so by all means go and check that out. And there we have it, all of the soldiers. Like I said, these other ones are just ones that I'm going to be putting in my collection book, and these other ones there are just extras that I just use these for sending off on expeditions to fill gaps instead of using a full 130 hero. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to be doing more of these. The next one is going to be constructors, then I'm going to be doing ninjas, and then I'm going to be doing outlanders, and then a final video of all the team perks. I'll be doing a video on that as well. So don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, then why not subscribe, hit the bell notification symbol, and you'll be notified when I publish new videos on YouTube. If you'd like to help out my channel, you can do so by sharing my videos on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Tell all your gaming friends about my channel, help my channel to grow. If you'd like to help out my channel a little bit financially, I do have a Patreon account, and you can pledge from just $1 a month, and there's a link to my Patreon in the description of all of my YouTube videos. If you are under the age of 18, please ask your parents' permission before pledging. That's all I ask. Alternatively, feel free to use my support a creator code, which is exactly the same as my YouTube gaming channel name, starfish_central, although it does need to be in capital letters. And a big thank you to those of you, both past and present, who have been kind enough to use my creator code. It is very much appreciated. And please don't stop, guys. You know, I'm trying to reach $100 so that I can actually get some money, because you need to reach that threshold before you actually get your first payment, and I'm still a fair way off that, although I can't say exactly how far off I am, because that information is confidential, and if I told you, I'd be breaking the Epic Games terms of service, and I don't want to lose my creator code. Well, many thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.